Part of it was thinking, what are we doing here? Why did we pay money to run through the night on a trail for a distance that we've never even come close to doing before? You know, I'd been much closer than Brandon had. And his longest run was a half marathon on the treadmill, like the week before this. I did a marathon a year ago, and I don't know, something felt right about doing this race. It just seemed like a good time to push a new distance, push a new boundary. And we also felt that this format gave us about the best chance we could have to succeed. And I think that probably is still true. So let's go over the gear. I've got some food, Cliff Bars, bananas, bread. I'm going to add sandwich meat and stuff when I pack the cooler. Some supplementation. Got G1M Sport by Bear Performance Nutrition for carbohydrates. Amino Energy from Optimum Nutrition for caffeine. Go Gels, or gels from Boom. Probably going to do one of those before every lap. I've got extra batteries for headlamps. Got another light down in there. I've got a running belt. I've got a running vest. I've got a hydration pack to go in the vest. Going to pack 2 pairs of pants just to keep the legs warm between laps if I need, or if I even need to run in them. Who knows what the temperature is going to be like or how we're going to feel at a certain temperature because of our fitness, fatigue, whatever. Some electrolytes. Everything's going to be packed in a waterproof bag. I'm not going to take that risk. Outerwear, extra clothing. Clothes I'm going to start with. Shoes options. I'm going to take another pair. They're already in my vehicle. I'm going to have both of my gallon gear gallons full. The worst thing that I think I could do is know I have something I could have brought and not bring it and wish I had. So that's the gear. Basically now it's just pack it and go. This is exciting stuff. So we're 5 hours out from the start of the race. I'm getting ready to go pick up Brandon, get all of our stuff loaded up, and head down to South Carolina. Just finishing up doing a couple things I gotta do before I leave. Feeding the goats. Making sure they're all gonna be good before I'm back. It'll be a minute. And people don't need to be watching kids and watching goats for me, so that's pretty much the last of the chores we've got. So now it's just hit the road. It's starting to get more real and more real. It's just a thing you talk about until you actually get ready to head out and do it. And now that we're about to head out and do it, it is definitely intimidating. We did not end up doing the last scheduled training run that we were going to do. I also definitely have some kind of little knee injury. Of course, the only race I want to do, and this is when something happens, and if I take a certain type of step, my knee has a pretty sharp pain, and then in a few hours, I'm good. Like I've said, I'm not saving myself for any other race, any other run. I'll take 6 weeks off after this, but I'm doing this. My plan is to crush this. And some miles I will crush and some miles will crush me. How can I mentally handle those miles that crush me? That's what it's all about. So this race was found by David Stiles, who's one of the co-hosts of the No Need for Speed podcast. In fact, he's the founding member. And he wanted to do a big race, just like we all do, except he had a little bit more of a, I'm going to do a big race about him. And we were all like, I don't know, that's a long race. 12 hours nonstop, overnight, through the dark, on trails. We're not normally trail runners. We usually run on the pavement. So he really wanted to do this race, but he didn't get to. And So me and Brandon were just like, you know what? Let's pull the trigger. Let's just do it. I know I can get a babysitter. I know I can be there. It's not that far away. It's not going to change too much of my schedule other than no sleeping and maybe being really sore. But we decided we were going to do it.
All right, so no pizza tonight. But there will be burgers and hot dogs.
Yeah. There.
Burgers?
Huh. That's okay. I don't know that I can eat a burger through this. See how we feel.
No, I mean, that's true. It might change if it gets too heavy, but for now,
There shouldn't be too much trash.
you wouldn't think. Yeah, that's one thing my buddy told me that runs a lot more than Jake. He said, get yourself a variety of stuff. So just
if you
mix it up.
If you
Yeah.
don't get stuck on one thing and start hating it.
Yeah.
Are you running with water to start with?
Well, 2 laps.
This is a lot.
Yeah. See, that's what mine's on 1.5 liters.
I'm not going to fill it up.
I'm gonna dump some ice in it. I like cold water.
I'm going to like half this.
I'm wearing hot forward the backwards when you have a hat on.
Hey, you'll have to go backwards. The bill just blocks too much of it. That's all I'm taking out of that. So a little bit less than half a gallon.
What?
I'm taking a little bit less than half a gallon. I've got an extra band.
Do
Do I want to go lefty? Yeah, I want to go lefty.
Good one.
Something you're used to.
I wouldn't suggest. I mean, I'm on more than.
But we also, like, if we get done with the lap,
No, I'll get.
what if we come running through here? What if we actually pass this?
We might.
So just, we got time, like changing something is not taking a break.
Yeah.
So we're all set up, about an hour and a half out from start time, just relaxing, getting our gear organized a little bit better. We're really going in blind. And I'm going in blind with a bit of an injury. So, like I've been joking, but it's coming true. I'm prepared to ruin myself on this one. This is what I've been running all summer for. And this is the important one for me. So, don't know what else to say. But it's time to give it a shot. Still plenty of daylight, obviously. Now, during the run, there's not going to be much filming happening. It's going to be dark. It's going to be headlamps. That's the nature of an overnight race. But I'll get some clips here and there. It'll just be a light bobbing around, so don't expect much. But we'll check in now and then on the run. See you guys on the other side. In preparation for this, you know, I didn't know how to plan for a ultra marathon. I didn't know how to plan for a trail race. I certainly didn't know how to plan to run overnight, all night, without stopping. So I took everything. I had enough clothes to change every time we did a lap in case it was raining. I had enough food to feed me every time. I'm still eating leftovers. So 2 weeks later, and I'm still eating food that I bought for the ultra marathon. And I got my running backpack together, got all the headlamps together. I didn't have any trail shoes, so I didn't want to buy new shoes that late in the game. So I just used the oldest shoes that I was still able to run in, and I said, I'll just wear them out, whatever. And I know it's such a bad practice to go into a race like this, a distance I've never done, doing a type of running that I've never done with a knee injury. So observation number one is that it is warmer than I expected. I've been trying to pay attention to the temperatures at the race start and finish times at my house, which is only 2 hours away, but it's probably 15 degrees, 20 degrees warmer than I expected it to be. Now, we still have an hour and a half, and it may cool off, but for now, I am genuinely blown away at the heat. We had a third guy join us. He is much more experienced in endurance events than us. However, he said he had never done further than a marathon, so me and him were going in at the same experience of distance, but he knows a lot of people involved in endurance events, and a lot of those people cross over. So he had a lot of knowledge for us when it came to running ultramarathons on trails. And it is just nerves like I've not really had before. It was pretty wild. And as I'm counting down to this, and it keeps getting closer and closer and keeps getting more real. The last hour, we got there and we're sitting in our canopy. Everything's ready to go. All we're doing is waiting to start running. That hour felt like an eternity. So the race starts. There we go. And that first lap, we are giddy, just laughing, running, headlamps on, it's dark. The first part of the trail is so cool. You go down a bunch of steps, and you go through this tall grass field, and there's a little track going through the tall grass, and just seeing all those headlamps lined out in front of me, I was like, I'm already hooked. I'm already hooked. This is just amazing. Then we get our first 4.3 mile loop done, and I can tell you, we finished that first one. We're all feeling good, but we're all also now very aware that this is a hard trail. It's very technical. The inclines can be very steep. Three official creek crossings, 3 road crossings, and there's a couple places where it's just an absolute mud pit. There's a lot to deal with.
You really gonna run a different shoe in every lap?
No, not necessarily, but these are a little tippy.
Yeah.
With all that.
Gotcha.
Just so happens that I have 7 gels left, and I want to do 7 laps, so I'm just gonna do one per. I didn't do one for that, so I got a bonus one. So when we're feeling awesome, we can keep going.
I need to have that ready every time. This little cooler. It is 100 times easier.
I have a bad feeling I'm not gonna make it on that.
You're not gonna what?
I have a bad feeling I'm not gonna make it on
On what?
Oh, I'm absolutely sure of that.
But even if we have to walk, we're gonna keep on.
My body's feeling okay, but I'm like, pass out right now.
What do you got now?
They can take some stuff.
Oh, I'm just doing water at this one. Oh. Lap 1 done. On to the next one. Lap 2, we go through it. Same thing. Laughing, joking, talking, everything's going good. Yo.
Will you make me one?
Yes, sir.
I said, don't be picky about what you do.
I'm gonna keep walking. If I stop, I'm going to fall asleep.
Well, I can definitely do just a bar right now and keep going.
No. I will just walk. You understand?
Okay. I don't know when I'm gonna crack into my first caffeine.
Well, my gels haven't, so I've already kind of started.
Oh yeah, I need to do a gel.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a sandwich first.
I mean, I know we got all night, but like I don't want to waste a bunch of time when we don't have to.
And I can get on the room. I don't have to stay here and eat.
There you go.
Thank you. Ready?
All right. Let me just slam a bit of Gatorade.
That's on lap number 2.
Gatorade, lap 2, sandwich. My watch is wrong, but we're enjoying it nonetheless. Let's keep going. keep kicking myself right here every single time, I'm gonna have an absolute raw spot from my left foot kicking me. This has got 25 hours of battery left.
I've got 75%, and I was at 99 when I started. You changing shoes?
Yeah, I just need a different spot rubbing.
Yeah. Oh yes. Okay, what do I have that I want?
Ice water. I've got to deal with this bladder.
Dude, I am A-okay right here.
Well, we got to get this fourth one in before we take our big break.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting on you.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to rush you.
Oh. Yeah, I think if we get this one hammered out, then we think about actually sitting here recovering. I don't know what else we can do, but I don't think he has to stop though.
Yeah, he's not going to.
If he doesn't, I'm gonna keep going with him.
Okay.
We can't ruin the rest of the race
No.
for one lap.
No. Because I think that's why I'm so tired right now.
Yeah. What time is it?
It is 11.
Yeah, I'm gonna save all caffeine after midnight.
Okay. Well, my gels have caffeine, but I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna use one this round.
I'm gonna take one with me.
Start to say I do have one with me.
Just that little boost it gives.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have one with me. But this is my last one, so remind me to grab one next time I come in.
You didn't get batteries. Let's get some batteries.
Okay.
Got an extra headlamp with me. Where can I put these batteries in?
I can put them in mine.
I've got a little zipper here.
Start to say all I have is a goo in mine right now.
Like you said that, I would have ran off without it.
I do like not having to fill this up right when I get here.
3 laps down, about to start the 4th. Our plan was to get the 4th one done as quick as we could, and then from there we're going to figure it out as we go. That'll put us about halfway, maybe a little over halfway. But if we're feeling good, we're going to shoot for more. For now, 50K is the goal, and I believe we're on pace. Brandon, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. A little better than I thought. Still early though.
Yep.
We not even reached midnight yet, so.
Changing shoes, feel something different. Food, hydration, and start another lap. Let's do it. So you can't see us much right now other than 2 headlamps floating. We're, what is this, in the 4th lap? We just started our 4th lap. We are, for where we're at, feeling good is what we'll say. Not feeling great, but we didn't come here to feel great. We came here to feel good about what we accomplished at the end. Walking the hills is a strategy that our more experienced friend Jake told us to do, so we're going with that, and it seems to be paying dividends for us. But either way, this is fun to be doing. It's fun to be out here, and I'm very glad that I didn't try to tackle this on my own. Have a group of guys doing it with me. A lot of back and forth, a lot of chat. We are by far the loudest group on the trail, and that makes it a little bit more exciting for us and maybe for everybody else too. Yeah. The goal is still 50K. We think we're on a good course to achieve that. We'll see how the night goes. Things change quickly out here, we can tell already.
Time-wise, it's 11:15.
We're closing on that midnight milestone. The cool thing about midnight is midnight's not halfway. Midnight is 1/3 of our time done. So we're gonna be about half of our distance in 1/3 of the time, and that's a good place to be. We are gonna slow down, make no mistake about that. But for now, business as usual. Walk the hills, coast on the downhills, and the effort comes when it's flat. But I say that, it's all taking effort. But it's fun. It's cool. We talk about it on these laps just to get through that everybody else is watching football or going to bed or
Don to check a score.
Yeah, they're drinking, whatever they may be doing. And we're out here setting ourselves apart is what we're doing. So for those of you that are watching, following along, stick with us. We're gonna get to 50K, I promise you that. Lap 4 was another very, very hard one. And that's when we started to see like, okay, this is going to be a monumental effort to get this done. When lap 4 was over, you could just see it on our faces when we were sitting in sitting under the tent, just like, all right, that was all essentially warm up to the hard part. It's going to be hard from here on out. I'm genuinely not craving sleep.
No?
I thought that was going to be a massive problem.
Yeah. I'm okay on the not sleep.
Yeah, I think I'm going to change socks just to freshen it up. I'm taking the damn towel off.
Yeah, I need to do that too. You got some extra?
I bought a new bottle. I thought 3 of us at like 5 in the morning might be hurt.
I was trying to say that's one thing I didn't think about, an aid kit.
We should just do a walkthrough and like straighten up and just think about potential rain.
Yeah.
Until this big break, I bet we were like tied for the lead.
I'm sure. We were moving. And even with Jake taking off, we caught him every time.
If we just stick to that, we're going to be so golden.
Yeah.
We are actually over halfway. We over halfway of our goal distance? Yeah. So we're over halfway to our distance at a third of the race. And that makes it sound like I'm about to set you up and tell you that we're going to try to go for more. But we are starting to feel that fatigue. It's coming. We're feeling it. It's happening. We're fueling up. We're taking our first real rest. You know, we've stopped at our aid station every lap and done here's and there's. This time we're eating, we're changing socks, shoes, resting our feet, just doing an assessment of where we're at. Because we still have a big night ahead of us. We've got to get the plan right. Sink or swim, here we go. Me and Brandon set out for lap 5. And I don't know if I've done much in my life that was harder than lap 5. And I was like, I don't crave anything. I don't want water. I don't want food. I don't want electrolytes. I don't want caffeine. I just want to do the only thing that I can do to get this race done. And that is to just keep moving. We've just finished up lap 5. We're at like 21.7 miles, and I can tell you that trail running is so far from road running. It's an absolute different ball game. I've never really done it. This is something brand new for me, and it is hard. But the other side of that is that this is genuinely fun. I am like very proud of every single step we take. Every time we make a decision to keep going, to pick up the pace, it's just something brand new, and really, really enjoying this. So we're gonna hydrate up, take a short break, and get back to it, because even though we've got 6 hours left, we're starting to feel a little bit of time pressure to meet the goals we have set. We also genuinely believe we're gonna get there. And then we do lap 6, and it was more of the same. Just, how do we keep going? How do we keep going? Like, we're taking these laps and turning them into like 1.5-hour laps. And it felt like we were still trying as hard as we could. You know, that effort was still there. It's just so slow. These inclines, these creek crossings, it's dark. You're wearing headlamps. You're going through these trails. And I just can't explain to you how small your world gets. You're looking at like a 2-foot dot on the ground, which is your headlamp, and just going. We were struggling. We're rookies. We started to realize we're gonna have to do another lap further than what we thought we were gonna do, because we thought it was gonna be a 4.5-mile loop. And that 2/10 doesn't make a big difference if you're doing a loop, but if you're trying to do multiples, you can't quite get the distance done. So lap 6 we thought was going to be the one before the end. And then we realized we got 2 more to go. How do we have 2 to go? So what just happened on that lap? As Brandon's pretending that he's worn out the whole time, we got about a mile left and he actually takes off sprinting. So there I am chasing him the last mile. Like, I mean, we may or may not be paying the price for that little burst right now, but it was fun. Our mood was dropping. It's exactly what we needed. Because now we're back to being excited about it. We're closing in on that goal. Right there, just about completed the marathon distance. So, just over 4.5, 5-ish miles to get to that 50K mark. As David Stiles says, get uncomfortable and do hard things. We're there, buddies, we're there. We head out on 7. Shortly into lap 7, we cross over the marathon distance. We're like, okay, that kind of got some energy going again. Kind of getting some life back into it. And then, you know, my knee started to hurt. My feet were starting to hurt. It's so easy, it is so easy to overanalyze tiny things in these kinds of races. So we get the marathon distance done. And then we're closing in on 30, which was Brandon's goal. He's like, I'm doing 30 regardless. Crossed over the 30-mile barrier. When we get through,
Thought about trying to snack on something, but I think I'm just gonna go. No, I think like you've already pushed me one lap farther than I wanted to do, and I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment.
let's go for it then.
Let's get this one done.
Yep.
Be happy.
Yep.
And hang out and enjoy the. I feel like it feels great out here.
So we set out, get to 50K, have a little celebration there on the trail, and we start walking. 50K on the dot, based off my watch. 50K. That's the reason we came here, and we did it. We're gonna finish this lap, and then we're gonna sit down and enjoy our time here. 31.069. Official 50K distance. Every single step hard earned. When you come down to it, I thought it was amazing. Amazingly difficult, but amazing. That race format is so cool for beginners. You don't have to do it overnight, but that coming back to your gear every time, no like reason you have to run for 12 hours. I can't thank Brandon enough for doing that with me. Doing it alone would have been a lot less fun. It's the craziest thing how I've now done an ultramarathon, and it doesn't change you. It's just another thing you've checked off that list of hard things you want to put yourself through. Take the leap, push the boundary, sign up for the race, sign up for the triathlon, whatever event it is. If you don't think you can do it, get yourself to the place where you know you can do it. Done. 34.4. all we could handle. All we came to handle anyway. So we're finished. Getting some certainly well-earned rest. Keep running the red light over there. Beginner runner, you know, 34 miles in.
Yeah.
This was such a cool race. It's crazy to think about what we've done based off what we thought was possible when we first started running. And yeah, we're tired, we're worn out. I don't have anything else to prove. See y'all in the next video.